Welcome back, everybody. How are you? Hopefully everybody's enjoying themselves out there these days. It is the fall of 2020, and it's in the process of harvest season for everybody, for farmers and all that stuff. Last week we had a flock of meat birds that we harvested last week. I took a great film video of it, not of the dispatching, but of our setup and all that stuff, and promptly deleted it in Movie Maker. Meant to hit share and I hit delete, and it said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Are you sure you really want to share this out?" "Yes," and deleted it. That's okay. But today is a little different than that. Today I wanted to revisit a tool that I've not previously done a review on, and we were running around, and I had to a couple days ago replace the tank to bowl bolts on our toilet. They just rot out over time, and of course they're no longer made out of brass that you can get in the local hardware store or at the big box store, and of course when you go to the plumbing supply store they won't sell to you because you're not a contractor. So that's the ups and downs. But I wanted to bring to you today what I used on there, which is this Makita sawzall. Okay, this is the subcompact version of the tool. Now I do have Old Faithful here, okay, and I've used it and abused it. This comes with not a keyless chuck, but a keyed chuck. Okay, you stick your Allen key in here. It's attached to the cord. Okay, this thing is Mongo powerful. The problem I have with it is it doesn't fit in all the places that I want it to, and the fact that it doesn't have a keyless chuck is an issue. It's got gobs of power. I like the form and finish of it. You know, there's a nice handle that's here. This is rubberized, and you can push down and pull on the tool. The trigger, I'm not so. It's too heavy. So what else about this tool? I don't like the cord. Since I've switched over really to to get out of the whole hog and to a lot of other things, cordless product has really gotten good. So they're pushing the bits that I want to push. I can take my big XRJ07 Makita hammer drill, whatever it is, their big model, and still I can push a 1.5-inch auger through a bunch of studs. I don't like to do that. I like to still use my whole hog. It's just a lot of use on that cordless drill. But if I want to punch an 1.5-inch hole with a ship's auger, 12-inch ship's auger, I can do it. But I wanted to see what the alternative to this. So when I switched from Milwaukee to Makita, I picked up this little guy, and I think it was in a pack of 3. I think it was the 4. I don't remember. It was this, the drill, and the little impact driver itself. This thing. Towards the end of this video, I'll do a little update on the subcompact stuff. But as you see it, it comes with a little. What is this? 1.5 amp, 1.5, 2 amp hour battery. Okay, can you guys see that? It's a 2 amp hour battery. I like it because it's compact. Now, when you get this tool, it does have a lock on top. Okay, so you can lock out the trigger. Okay. When you get this tool, it comes with these blades. Okay, these are Oompa Loompa blades. Okay, it's a bimetal 18 tooth, okay, blade, and a wood blade. Now, that long enough to do anything? No. Okay. If you're going to be cutting sheet metal or anything, that's, you know, that's fine. And if you're up against it, that's fine. Okay. But so far as anything that you can take a sawzall blade and really use it the way it's really well designed for, you want a real blade. Okay. So the other cool thing about this is you can stick a real blade in it. What's the other thing I like about this tool? The other thing is, okay, can you see the, you really can't. Okay, that's good. So this is a keyless chuck. I'll hold the blade. See how it opens up? Okay, releases the blade. When you go to stick the blade in, watch. It's locked in. Okay, it's a spring-loaded collet. Now, if you were to unlock it, see how it jumps out of there? It's spring-loaded. So if you hold this out, it will eject. It'll eject the blade. Let's get into the cons of this tool. So one of the big jobs that I had to do was I took apart a structure that I had to cut the screws out of, and I didn't run out of power. I didn't long for any power. The problem I had, or the issue that I had, is because the motor, I'm not sure which way the motor is going, this way I guess, and there's some type, but there's the gearbox that's here. This is a pretty substantial tool. This is all, if you were to take this rubber off, this is all metal. AVE did a video on this where he took this apart. And you'll notice on a lot of other channels that after hard, heavy use with this end gets pretty damn hot. And when I mean hot, I mean it's not like, oh, it's warm. No, it's, you know, if you're using this really, really hard, and I was hammering on this thing, and I wanted to try to beat on it as best as I could to see what the limitations were of this. I didn't run out of power, but this end gets really hot. I put a glove on and continued on the day. Did it affect its overall performance? No. So the hotter it got, it didn't change in its performance at all. Just this gearbox will get very hot. What's the other con about this? It's a subcompact tool, and it comes with a 2 amp hour battery. Now, I didn't think I could run this on a 2 amp hour battery, and after its use of cutting about 30 screws, and it was sandwiched, they were ceramic deck screws, and they were sandwiched in between 3/4 lumber and a 2x4. So I had to jam it in there and then cut across there and then get to there. It did suck this 2 amp hour battery down. So what did I do? I went to the big tool and I pulled my 5 amp hour battery on it and kept going all day long. The greatest thing Makita ever did was to make this subcompact that accepts these 18 volt batteries. I have the other 18 volt tools that I can just use these on. That's what makes these tools awesome. I don't know of any other subcompact line that allows you to use their regular size tools. This is why, one of the reasons why I went back to Makita, is because the battery platform, these batteries are god awful expensive, and it doesn't matter which manufacturer you go with, they're all expensive. It's not an orbital. Okay, the new ones have this orbital feature. It's not an orbital, it's just a standard in and out. It's just a standard stabby bit. I've never used an orbital one. I guess it cuts faster. I don't know, but that doesn't matter. This is called an XRJ07. I think it's still in the product line today. Okay, can you guys see that? XRJ07. Okay, the grip on it is very nice. I do like that. I like that the lock on it is kind of hard to get to. Okay, when it locks out, and the lock on it is very, it's very positive. It's not like a, you know, you get like a little, you get. Okay, can you guys see the lock? I'm pushing here. Let me see. Can you see that little bit of lock that's on there? Okay, and that's more of the trigger kind of doing this. That's about all the cons that I have for it. Oh, the big con. When you buy the damn tool, they give you these stupid little blades. Now, I understand why they do this. This is a subcompact tool. It's not full power as you would on their big 18-volt platform. But again, I like the fact that it's not a proprietary blade that you can fit, you know, any blade that's on there. And this is the one that I happen to use for the project. It's worn down all the teeth. I'm not real happy with these Milwaukee sawzall blades. I'm not. I typically tend to use Diablo, and these were on sale, and now I know why they're on sale, because they're okay. As you can see, they heat up real bad, real fast. And there was a lot, there's, you know, as we're cutting those bolts off, it's just mild steel. So, I don't know. That's a cool feature. I do like that. All right, so let's get into the pros of the tool. So, I love the fact that this collet on here is a toolless collet. Okay, you just stick it in. Okay, and you push. Stupid little blades. Okay, you push that in there. Oh, did it lock? It didn't lock. Sorry. Okay. I love that feature. Okay, you unlock it. That's an awesome feature. I like the fact that it accepts regular size blades. I like the fact that it will drive a regular size blade. I like the compactness of it. Okay, the compactness of this tool is what I was really wanting and really searching for. The fact that I can use that this comes with a 2 amp hour battery, it's small, it's lightweight, and that it will drive this tool in hard use for probably about an hour. Okay, I can't. This is a high demand tool. I didn't really time how long it took to drain this battery, but I'm estimating about an hour. I don't know. It's lightweight. The fact that I can stick any Makita 18-volt battery on here is awesome. The overall balance of the tool, because of its compactness, it's not nose heavy. Okay, if you go to pick up, the behemoth, okay, you have to hold this with 2 hands. I mean, you really don't want to handle this without 2 hands. I mean, this is a manly tool. It's gearbox driven. I don't know. I've had it for 20 years maybe. I don't know. So I like the fact that this is small enough to where I can reach up and I can start something and roll it in. I like the fact that this has plenty of power for everything that I've been able to use. I've not found anything that I've not wanted for power. This thing has always come through It's never like, oh man, I found the weak spot of it. Oh man, I found, you know, I'm out of power. I need to go grab the old behemoth. So this is a pretty damn cool tool. It's inexpensive. It's not cheap. Cheap is different. Cheap is the build quality. Inexpensive is the price. So let's get into the build quality of this tool. Okay, it feels solid. I mean, it feels, it feels solid. The front shoe is a little tight, and that's okay. It's riveted on. Okay, so after even more heavier use on the site, okay, you can see the rivets. Okay, but it feels solid. I mean, it doesn't wiggle. I mean, it feels like a substantial tool. It feels more expensive than what it is. And I don't know why people pass up Makita Subcompact. It's light. I mean, this tool's got a little heft, but it's lighter than a standard quartered version of it. I like the fact that you have many ways of grabbing hold of this tool, and it's always comfortable. It's comfortable in the hand. The trigger is really good. Now, I will say, one of the cons that I left out, drives me nuts on all these things, and it's because it's electronically driven on the pack, is that okay, the ramp up of the tool is a little low. So if you don't go full blast on it, if you just come into it, okay, there's no lag. But if you come into it, okay, that's just how the tool is designed. Now, I know there's a couple of guys that go in and they do something with the battery, and they do something with the trigger, and they do something, I don't know, to take that lag out. I think that lag is there to protect the battery because of the high demand motor that's in here. So I think if you go to take out that ramp up and take that out of the programming itself, I think it won't damage the tool. I think it will wear down the batteries. So it's lightweight but hefty. I don't know how else to explain it in that way, but I never run out of need for want for power, and it's nice and compact. It fits where I want it to, and it feels more like an extension of the blade than a tool and a blade. When I have this all as a system, I'm really pushing that energy into whatever the project is that I'm working on, and I feel a better connection in this length of tool. Now, if I go to pick up probably the big 18 volt tool, I might not feel as connected because the overall length is longer. Also, with a longer tool, you feel that you can get a really good wrench on it. Where this one, because it's so compact, I guess you don't feel that you have that ability to put a lot of leverage on the tool itself. But again, you got to learn how to use the tool. How this works is you force it up against it here, and you put a little pressure on here, and you allow the blade to work. When you push on something too hard and it gets too hot, like in that blade, you get impatient. You push harder, puts more heat, more wear on it. I was surprised that those Makita blades heated up the way that they did, so I'm going to go back to Diablo and pick a whole bunch of those up. But this is the Makita Subcompact sawzall. This is the XRJ07 sawzall from Makita. Go pick up a set and see what you think. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye. Oh crap, I almost forgot. I wanted to update you guys on these tools. These are the subcompacts. This is the drill, this is the driver. The drill is around here someplace. I've had a lot of very good use on this. These WeHa bits are really nice. I'm really digging those. I'm really digging the philo bits, but I'm really digging on these subcompact tools. Again, I'm driving 3-inch screws into hard lumber. What I mean by hard lumber, I mean our deck outside that is pressure treated. That's been out there probably 10 or 15 years. No, it's been at least 20 years. And that stuff has dried out. It really needs to be replaced. And that wood is very hard. It's very dry. I'm driving 3-inch screws with this. And it's not I'm not wanting for power at all. It's very comfortable. If I'm honest, I do have to say, okay, the strap on the back here, okay, you guys see that strap on the back? Okay, the strap on the back of the overmolding that goes over the back of the drill, that's a better angle. See how all this overmolding here? Okay, if I'm honest, when you grab the tool, okay, and you've been using it all day and your hands are a little sweaty, the top web of this gets a little irritated. No, I don't sit down to pee, but it gets a little irritating. It's not as bad as the other stuff I had that's really just awful. It feels horrible in the hand, but it's just a little irritating. I have gotten used to, okay, the directional switch. Early on when I tried this, when I was using this, I could put a fastener in and inadvertently, okay, as I'm taking the screws out or in, okay, so if we're putting screws in, okay, as I go to pull that trigger, see how that wraps around there? And it also hits the button. As I pull the trigger, I change the direction, okay, again. So as I pull this in here, okay, and I go to pull the trigger, you can change the direction. So as you go to try to put a fastener in, you can change the direction of this, okay? This is just, I have to hold the tool slightly lower. Once I figured out that I can put that directional switch right there, muscle memory, okay? You never change it, okay? Because there's no room for that finger to hit it, okay? The tool's lightweight. 2 amp hour battery lasts all day long. I don't care. You take this on charge, and what is this? This is full charge, okay? It really lasts. I mean, if you're a deck builder, a 2 amp hour battery's not going to hold you out all day. It might hold you to lunch, but you know, if you're a home schooler or you're doing just a small project, building a chicken coop or whatever, this is the tool. I like the belt loop. So if you ever go over to our buildings, he used this belt clip in a great way that I have now adopted. I always just put it into a pouch. He takes the belt clip and shoves it right on the front of his work belt, right in front. So when you go to grab it, it just is right in front. I like that. I've gotten used to that. I've put a lanyard on here and I use an SOE sling. I've not been able, I've not tested it or anything like that, but it's small enough where it doesn't get into the way. The light is plenty bright. The light is plenty bright. On the front of this, okay, there are 2 speeds, high and a low, and an assist mode, okay? I leave it on high speed, and when I have somebody, my wife or my kids, that aren't familiar with driving fasteners and all that kind of stuff, I stick it on the assist mode. The assist mode starts out slow, okay, and as it reaches higher torque, this will ramp up the speed. So it goes brrrr, okay. So that works extraordinarily well for them. Is it as fast as the full 18-volt tool? No, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. But I want to pick it up every single day. I want to use this tool over the Impact. And I love my XPX XDT12, the Japanese version, and my XDT14, which is the Chinese version of their top-end multiple speed, multiple mode drill. But I want to pick this up. It's lightweight, it's compact, it fits the hand so nice. You know, that's the reason why I switched from Milwaukee to Makita, is the overall feel and balance of the tool. Now, I still have, okay, my Gen 2 or whatever fuel, okay. This is the 2553-20. Okay. So the other day I decided, hey man, let's you know, stop bashing on Milwaukee, and let's just use this again. Again, the fit on this thing is awful. Okay. If you look at where your finger is on the trigger, it's always canted at an angle. It's not, okay, it's super powerful, okay? Again, it's not lacking of power. It's not a 12 versus 18 volt thing. I see guys on the comments like, hey man, you need to do a better comparison between the 18 volt, the 12 volt, and a 12 volt tool. Again, it's not a thing of power. This is an extraordinarily powerful tool. You know, I could use this all day, but I don't want to. The grip on it is awful. The balance on it is horrible. The speed change on the top, I hate. I despise this. I don't like it. The ramp up on it is, I don't like the ramp up on it. The battery life indicator is okay. One thing that our buildings showed me was that trick of sticking that in your belt. Well, the problem is you go to stick this in your belt, okay, it falls off. The belt clip on this thing, while it's very, very sturdy, it's made with very heavy metal. Being able to shove this down into your belt like this and then pull it out, it just doesn't work very well. Where this one, it hangs upside down, so the tool wants to rest naturally, where this rests unnaturally. Okay, so it runs like this, so it will fall out. What's the other problem that I have with this tool? The big issue that I had with this tool, when you go to sink a fastener with this thing, it's extraordinarily powerful. Rattle your teeth out. This one doesn't. The anti-vibration on this thing is way better than this. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But I do like this. It fits nice, the balance is nice. I just want to pick it up and use it every single day. So, sorry to ramble on like that. So, go check out the Subcompact line of Makita tools. I think they just came out with a bandsaw too. So, I think I'm going to check that one out too. So, remember, go out there, be safe, go out and do something, grow your own food. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully I haven't rambled on too bad. If you like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.